Howdy everybody, welcome back to Marketing. I'm Professor Martin. In our video right now, we're going to be taking a look at product development strategies. Now when we think about product development, most of the time we think about new products. As we'll find out, yeah, product development strategies involves making new products, but it also involves finding new life for old products. And so let's get right to it. When we talk about new products, I'm a sucker for new. I have a weakness as a consumer when I'm being marketed to for new products. I go to Kroger and I'm walking down the aisle and I see a little end cap display for a Keurig IHOP branded coffee. I don't even have a Keurig machine, but I stopped at that display and hit the little button so I could smell the delicious chocolatey and syrupy aroma. What a cool marketing display, right? Because that's one of the appeals of coffee, the way it smells. And IHOP, the way that breakfast smells when it comes out. They put the two together. Boy, I had to stop and take a look at that. Or when Papa John's came out with the Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla. Never had a Papadilla before, but I had to try that. Just like I had to try the Doritos Loco Taco when Taco Bell came out with that product. I'm a sucker for new in food products. I'm unfortunately also a sucker for new when it comes to electronic gadgets. I had myself a Roomba, and I was very excited to get the robot vacuum cleaner and try that product, and threw it on the floor and found out my dog hated the Roomba. He was not a fan of the Roomba, and so he had to learn to live with the Roomba. And I used that product for a while and found out that it was actually, for me, more hassle than it was worth because I had to clean dog hair out of it every time I used it. And it was a pain. And much easier for me to get to Swiffer and just kind of go around and pick up the dog hair by hand. I don't have a lot of carpet here. So, I probably should have thought about that purchase before I made it. But it was new and exciting, so I bought it. Another new product that burned me. Boy, I was all on board the Amazon Alexa. The Echo Dot when they first came out back in like 2016. I thought it was going to be so cool. I'd get that product and I could control the lights in the house and I could have it play music. I could set alarms, get the weather, all that stuff that they put in their marketing materials convinced me to buy that product. And it was pretty cool. And that holiday season, people came over and I was like, Alexa, turn on the Christmas tree, turn on the TV, turn on the lights. And people would be like, oh, that's amazing when the lights all came on at my house. And I thought that was pretty fun. But then I found out that basically Alexa was a spy, listening to my every word, all my conversations and all that. So I eventually got rid of that. And it's novelty, really. I don't need a device to turn on my light, It kind of just became a hassle to say, hey, Alexa, turn on the lights. And just turn them on with my phone or turn them on myself. And so that product kind of got thrown to the side. So new's not always good. And I kind of get burned on that sometimes as a consumer, but it's an important part of marketing products is the product development, getting these new products to market in a way that consumers will buy them. Old products, as I mentioned, sometimes need a refresh. If you open up your refrigerator like me, chances are you've got a box of Arm & Hammer baking soda in there. And for a long time, that was really all baking soda was good for. You used it in your cakes and you put a box in the refrigerator. And it wasn't good for Arm & Hammer. It didn't help them sell a lot of products. And so they had to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out how to get their product into other kind of markets, other uses. And so that's part of product development strategies. We kind of have 4 different product development strategies when we talk about product development. We have market penetration, we have market development, and product diversification. And as you can see, it involves old products, it involves new products. So market penetration is where we take an old product and try to increase sales in old existing markets. Market development is where we take an old product and try to adapt it for new markets, selling it in markets we haven't sold it before. Then on the other side of our kind of graphic here, new products, product development is when we take a new product to an old market. We see product diversification, where we take new products into new markets that we hadn't sold them in before. So let's go break it down. We'll go step by step here show you some examples. That's where the marketing fun comes in, right? When we look at the different examples here. Market penetration, when we seek to increase our sales of an existing product in an existing market. You see, that would be kind of hard to do. Increasing sales of a product that already exists in a market it's already being sold in. How in the world can we make that happen? Well, we can modify the product a little bit. Maybe switch up the packaging size. Maybe switch up the recipe a little bit. We'll modify the product. We can improve the product quality, make it of higher quality. Or we can promote new and different ways to use the product. These are all kind of common tactics for products that are in a mature category. The category's been around for a while, sales have kind of plateaued. How do we move the needle? How do we get more people to buy that product? Market penetration. You think of any examples of that? Before I get into the examples I want to show you, you can pause the video and maybe think of a few examples. One example, I mentioned switching up the packaging, switching up the size of the product. Pop-Tarts Bites. You traditionally think of Pop-Tarts being in the little rectangular form, and now they've come out with Pop-Tarts Bites. You can eat them on the go. A little less messy. I'm going to take credit for this idea because years ago, I sent Kellogg's an email. I said, I love your product. I love Pop-Tarts, but they're so messy. I can't eat them in bed because if I eat them in bed, I get crumbs everywhere. You all need to develop a crumbless Pop-Tart. And never heard back from them. And then, you fast forward to today, they come out with this. It's essentially a crumbless Pop-Tart. You can pop it in your mouth. There's no mess. You can eat them in bed. That's a great idea. Market penetration. Taking an existing product and changing it so it appeals more in an existing market that we're already selling it in. Or we can kind of change the way people use the product. You think about Corona, and the thing with Corona beer is you put the lime on the top of it. That wasn't always a thing. All right, the story of how the lime in the Corona came to be wasn't really a lot of thought into it. It wasn't something that Corona came up with and said, hey, we're going to do this and get people to buy more product. Use it in a different way. Maybe people put limes in it. Use it in a different way. People buy more of it. It actually happened at the legend. I don't know if it's true or not, but the legend is it was at a bar, and it was kind of a slow night, and the bartender was behind the bar, and there was a patron at the bar, and they kind of had a bet. The bartender said, I'm going to stick a lime wedge in the top of this beer and see if I can get other people to do it too. And that was kind of the bet. The bartender is saying that he could get other people to do it just by putting a lime in the beer, and the patron saying, no, nobody's going to do that just because they see you do it. So they had a bet on it. And sure enough, the bartender put the lime in the beer, and then other people started asking for limes too, just because they seen him do it. Corona caught on to this and actually started including it in their marketing now to the point where they're actually showing how to do it on the carton, on the packaging. So that idea of taking an existing product and using it in a new and different way. And we've seen other beer companies do that as well. Blue Moon with the orange slice on the top. And so taking that existing product, finding new ways to use it is a thing that helps with market penetration also for companies that have kind of matured, or products and brands have kind of matured. What about market development? Market development concentrates on finding new markets for an existing product. The product's already out there. Let's find new markets for it. And oftentimes we'll use market segmentation to find those new markets. And it can also involve using geographic segmentation as well. We can find new geographic markets too. And so, can you think of any examples of that? Let me pause the video, give that some thought, and then come back. One example that I've seen recently that is a great example of market development. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, sold out in arenas all across the country. And the hottest ticket in America this past summer. You could not get in unless you won the lottery at Ticketmaster. And then if you didn't win that, you had to buy your ticket secondhand off StubHub and SeatGeek and pay thousands of dollars a seat. So what did the people behind the Taylor Swift brand there do? They said, hey, let's take it to movie theaters. We're taking an existing product, a Taylor Swift concert, and taking it into a new market, a movie theater. AMC. And those tickets sold out like crazy. Not only that, AMC made a killing selling Taylor Swift branded popcorn buckets and cups. $10 plastic cup. Taylor Swift. You think, who in the world? It's crazy to think about. You know, people, maybe you drop thousands of dollars on a concert ticket to go see Taylor Swift, and then maybe you also went to the movie theater to see it. My kiddo, my wife, went to go see it at the theater because we weren't able to get tickets. Had a great time at the theater, but come on. $10 for a plastic cup. It's ridiculous. Who's going to do something that dumb? Anyway, another example. Market development. Taking an existing product and getting it into a new market. The old Segway. And this is a blast from the past. In early 2000s, the Segway was going to revolutionize transportation, public transportation, especially in urban areas. We see the founder of Amazon right here, the creator of the Segway right there, riding through New York City on their Segways. There was one problem. Segway sticker price was anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, and that's the price of a used car, or about 25 really nice bicycles. So there really wasn't a market for the Segway as far as consumers were concerned. And where are you going to park it? How are you going to charge it? All that different stuff. And it was just so expensive, and it kind of fell flat with the average consumer that they were trying to target. But they found a new market with the United States Postal Service and also in law enforcement, especially in the inner cities. They could sell these Segways to inner city police departments, and it kind of helped the police officers get around town a little bit. And so that became their market for that product. It was an existing product being sold in a new market, the governmental market. Law enforcement, of course, that led to one of the most iconic movies that it was ever made in American cinema history. You probably know what I'm talking about. Paul Blart Mall Cop, right? And then that's an example of market development right there. It failed in the consumer market, and it ended up being sold really, I'm going to say well, because it eventually got discontinued. They quit making them. But for a period of time, they found a little bit of success in the government market there. New products, product development, the introduction of new products into established markets. And we see this quite a bit. Product development, new product into an established market. You think about like the PS5, PlayStation 5, or the new Xbox. A new product into an established market. The video game console market, quite established. And these companies are making new products to go into that market. Television. You know, TV went from old box TVs to high def 1080p to now ultra high def 4K. And so those are new products into established markets. And a lot of times what we see with product development, a company will come out with a new product, and then we'll see a whole ecosystem of complementary products. You think about the PlayStation 5, you can get headphones, new controller charging bases, you can get more memory to put into it, cameras, remote controls, different types of controllers, and all that good stuff. And of course, you got the video games to go along with it. So usually what happens in the new product development, you'll have that new product hit an existing market, and then you'll see a whole bunch of other products pop up around it. Finally, we have product diversification, developing new products for a new market. You're in a company who's starting to make new products for a market that they weren't already in. A safe bet when a company wants to go that route and use that strategy is to look for markets that complement the existing markets that they're already in. I use Roku as an example. I got Roku TVs here. I've got Roku, the little players plugged into some different TVs. I got a lot of Roku stuff here at the house. I was at Walmart the other day walking through the electronics section, and then lo and behold, Roku has a whole new line of smart home products. A new product for Roku in a new market that they didn't normally have products in. Before, Roku was focusing solely on the home entertainment market. TVs and players, like the Roku player there. I didn't get a picture, but if you go to the website, you can see they've got home monitoring devices, motion sensors, keypads, entry sensors you can stick on your door, webcams that you can set up for security purposes that you can monitor on your Roku TVs, which I think sounds like a pretty good idea. So it's a new market, but it's adjacent to a market they were already in. So it's not like they're having to reinvent the wheel like they would if they came out with a Roku TV dinner that you could find in your frozen foods aisle, right? The brand recognition for quality, low-cost products in the electronic space probably wouldn't carry over to the freezer section of your Walmart, obviously. They also have smart lights that you can hook up to everything, and they also have smart plugs. And so product diversification, new products for new markets that they weren't already in. One of the things you really got to look out for, because like I said, I'm a new product fiend when the smart home stuff started coming out. I bought into some of that, and I got me an Amazon cloud cam, and I stuck it in my basement and pointed at the door so I could see who was coming in the basement door. And it would record for free. It would record clips. Every time it was triggered, it would record like a 10-second clip. Very nice little product. Paid like $50 for it. And it worked great. And then I got an email. Important message about your cloud cam from Amazon. With your help, Cloud Cam has served as a reliable indoor security camera. And it did. I love my cloud cam. Worked great. Had it for 5 years. Never had a problem with it. As the number of Alexa smart home devices continues to grow, we are focusing efforts on Ring, Blink, and other technologies. Well, what happened in between the time that I bought my Amazon Cloud Cam and last year was Amazon bought a few competitors out. They bought Ring and Blink, both of which made security cameras. And they brought those in, and therefore we have decided to no longer continue support for the Amazon Cloud Cam and its companion apps. What this means for you, on December 2nd, 2022, you will no longer be able to use your cloud cam. What the crap? My perfectly good cloud cam turned into a paperweight, literally. Via software, they shut it down. It didn't break, it worked fine. Amazon literally pulled the plug. It didn't work anymore. Wow. But good news, they will give me a free Blink cam. Okay, whatever. So I unplugged my cloud cam and literally threw a perfectly good piece of technology that worked fine into the garbage. Threw it in the trash. Couldn't use it. And I plug in my Blink cam. Yeah, okay, it works. Yeah. It's my basement right there. And so then I go to look at the clips. The video clips. If somebody opens the door, I want to be able to get a video clip. I want to know if somebody's breaking into my basement, right? Give me a security clip. Oh, the camera is not recording clips because you do not have a Blink plan. So there you go. They try to sell it as if they're doing something to benefit you. We've got all these things. We're continuing to try to do the best for you as a customer. And we'll give you this new product, but really it was just a matter of them wanting to sell me a subscription plan. I could pay $6 a month for what I was getting for free before. And that's really kind of what happens in a lot of the smart home stuff. They'll sell you the hardware really cheap, but then they want to get you locked into a month-to-month subscription. You got to watch out for that kind of stuff. So I had to find some other camera to put down there where I could look at the clips for free. So don't come breaking into my home thinking I'm not going to see you, because I threw my Blink cam away too. And now I've got a camera there that I get free clips on. Anyhow, product development strategies. We've got market penetration, market development, product diversification. 4 different types of strategies depending on whether it's an old product, a new product, and whether we're going into a market we're already in or a new market that we are not competing in. You need to be familiar with all 4. You need to have some examples of all 4. If you want to steal my examples, that's fine. I would encourage you or challenge you to come up with examples of your own. And hey, share those examples with me. I'll throw them in a video. That way I don't have to do all the thinking here. I can use some of your examples in my next video when I record it, and then we'll be all good. So if you have any questions or comments about anything you've seen in the video or the reading, I'd be happy to help and knock those out. We will continue on the marketing train in our next video. We still need to talk about pricing. We need to talk about distribution. We need to talk about promotion. we've only covered one of the P's. We got 3 more P's to get to in depth. We'll cover those in the next couple of weeks. Hope to see you back here for all of that. Until then, take care, y'all.